Alright, so we are in Kilgore, Texas. We are actually hanging out at the old train station. This station was built in 1871 or 1872 for the IGN Railroad, International Great Northern, which later on became Missouri Pacific, which is now part of Union Pacific. Yeah. So anyways, this is not our first time in Kilgore. Actually, the last time we were here was 2 years ago with Xena and Avery. Marmaduke was just a little walking tub of little funny looking shit. I love you, Marmaduke. And we were sleeping under a bridge. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired. It's already midnight. And we decided not to because of the fact that it was supposed to rain. And we didn't want to be caught under the bridge because of the fact that last time we were here and it rained, water was actually coming down from the street under the bridge. So it made no sense to us to sleep under there to get away from the rain when all it's going to do is just get us wet anyways. I know where you're all thinking, where's my shirt? It is really hot out here. Like, it's hot during the day, it's cooler at night, and to have that breeze is amazing, but it's still hot when my shirt's on. So I usually around this time of night, I usually have my shirt off. Oh man, I wasn't expecting to be this tired. So anyways, first time I remember coming out here was, I want to say early or mid 2015. I remember too, because I'd gotten off the train, caught it from Houston area when we were coming up, and if I remember correctly, we passed through Palestine, and then we were coming up here, we made a stop. I think we were letting another train go by, so I got off because I was getting hungry and thirsty. And I remember when I got off, it had been about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I came over to the station, and I was just about to fall asleep, actually on the same bench, and I remember this guy, about half an hour after I was just about to actually be asleep, he comes to this bench over here, and you could tell he's been watching too many YouTube videos on government supposedly spying on you and shit like that, which, I mean, I know they do, but, I mean, he fucking believed everything he must have heard and watched on YouTube or whatever, because he thought I was like some fucking government spy or something, ready to nab him for whatever it was that he was wanting. And I mean, he literally told me, you know, I got a big knife on me and I got a handgun, so don't even try anything. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to sleep, you know? So he's trying to get me to like admit I'm some government agent or something, and he must have been, I think he actually had mental issues, because I remember, you see right here across the street, let's see, is it right over here where these lights are? So those are the bottom areas of these oil derricks or oil rings, whatever you want to call them, because Kilgore was like the main hub of the East Texas oil land at one time, right? So they left like a dozen, well, not a dozen, they left at least 30 or 40 of these things hanging around the area, and there's actually some like up in Gladewater, and I think a couple around Longview. Anyways, he's freaking out because now I realize he's having a mental issue, and I'm not trying to make fun of people with mental issues, but at the time I couldn't really tell or not until like later on when I started actually thinking about it. He literally thought, I swear, I think he was hallucinating. He actually thought there was literally people standing up at the top of the oil rigs with like sniper rifles or something, wanting to fucking shoot him down. And so I fucking played it, and finally I walked off, and it's one of the few first times I actually remember having to call the police on somebody, because this guy, I swear, I really think if the police didn't get him, he probably would have hurt somebody, you know? So, yeah, that was a big, weird welcome to Kilgore, I guess. But yeah, Kilgore ain't that really bad of a town. It's just, It's oh man, how do I put it? It's weird. Okay, it's not weird. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. It's God. I feel like I'm in, really, to be honest, outside of the downtown area. I feel like I'm in like a subdivision of Houston. Like, I hate using this word. It's fucking ghetto. It really is. Like, at least back then it was. Now it's kind of gotten better. You know, the McDonald's looks better. Taco Bell is better. But you still got all them, you know, hooping and hollering and blaring this loud, what they call hip hop music, which is not even hip hop. It's just stupid, crappy. I call it crappy drug music, because that's really all they're talking about is drugs, sex, and how they're fucking bitches every night, I guess. That shit's just ridiculous. I think the reason I'm tired, which I shouldn't be because I've slept for hours, is because of the fact that Pixie over here. Hey, Pixie. Pixie! Pixie. She don't even want to talk to me. She's pissed off. She ran off about half an hour ago, and it took me like 10-15 minutes because I had to go use the restroom, and I brought her with me because earlier when I went to go use the restroom, they were both barking at this guy's dog across the street, and I didn't want her getting, you know, tearing her leash up and trying to kill this poor guy's dog because she's bigger than that dog was, and it wasn't even worth it, really, you know. So I took her off, and I didn't even bother putting her leash on because of the fact that she came with me good and she listened. I used the restroom, I bring her back over here, all of a sudden, she decides she's gonna run off. Before I even had a chance to grab her by the collar, she decides to run off. And normally, you know, y'all see me without my shirt on. Normally, when I'm sleeping, I don't have my shirt on. I got my pants on, of course, but I don't have my shirt on, and I don't have my boots and socks on because, again, I'm trying to cool off. I feel like if I'm wearing all of those, aside from my pants, I'm not cooling off like I should. So she runs off. She decides she's going to go off to the railroad tracks. Well, that's scary because the train was coming 20 minutes later. And, she goes from one end of the track to another, comes back around, decides she's gonna run after I put my boots and my shirt on about 5 or 6 city blocks for about 10-15 minutes before I finally caught her. And yeah, it was quite a run trying to fucking get to her. I'll be honest, I think I've gained weight the last almost 2 years that we settled down in Lufkin, or resettled down. I've definitely gained some weight because, man, I was tired. It's like, damn. Finally, she decided she was going to stop, and I sat down across the street from her, and she ended up, well, she stayed there. I walked up to her, and I was able to put her leash back on. So, for those who think I don't love my dogs, believe me, I just ran after a dog for 15 minutes just to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. So, oh, she's asleep. She's twitching around. She looked like a pretty girl. Look at that. Look at her. Y'all can't say she's not a pretty mama. So, anyways, I gotta wake up in like 5 or 6 hours. We're gonna hitchhike or walk or whatever to Liberty City, and then from there go up to Gladewater. From Gladewater up to Gilmer, and from Gilmer, if possible, or I'm sorry, from Gilmer to Pittsburgh, and then from Pittsburgh, if possible, I want to try to bypass Mount Vernon, or at least find somebody who's willing to take us past Mount Vernon and get us all the way up to Paris. Now, I'm not going to fully explain what's going on with Paris. It's nothing bad. I just don't really like putting this kind of information out there. But basically, we are gonna go build or make a hobo jungle out there. I mean, there's really not many trains that go through there. You know, the Kiamichi rail line only goes so far before it ends, and I don't really. I mean, I know where we're gonna do it at. I'm just not gonna put the information out, and I think y'all get why. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and build a jungle up there, and we might stay a week or two. I'm not sure yet. But we're supposed to meet with Cooter over in Oklahoma. I think we're gonna meet up in Hugo. And then, oh man, I really need to do some exercise. Anyways, I mean, I guess, I just sound like I got construction going on. Anyways, oh yeah, they're building a Sufco gas station down the road. That's what it is. Anyways, we'll meet up in Hugo. I want to meet up in Hugo. He wants to meet up in McAllister. I hate being in McAllister. I never make money in McAllister. He does, but I don't. I make more money in Hugo than I do in McAllister. And Hugo's a smaller town, so, you know. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna do that. I don't know, we might just hang out for a day, or we might go take a train. I don't know yet. You know, uh, with the way Pixie is right now, I don't think we really will be riding trains, because Pixie's actually scared of trains. So, for the most part, I think really, unless something happened where we couldn't catch up to her, or we give her away for whatever reason, then we're probably not going to be on trains really that much. I mean, I'm going to try to get her to where she can be, like I did with Marley and Xena, but really, it's kind of hard with her, because when we got dropped off downtown, I had to wrestle her to the ground, which I don't like doing, because it looks abusive when I do it, but she ended up freaking out so bad. I mean, you would have thought she had a heart attack or something. And I had to wrestle her to the ground because she was trying to run off. And, you know, Marmaduke and Pixie's leashes are tied together so they don't be alone from each other. And if she runs off, he runs off with her, because they're both connected. He doesn't have a choice. He's smaller than she is, right? So, you know, because of that, and y'all might think, oh, well, get rid of her and you can go do it. Well, see, as far as I'm concerned, as long as I can hitchhike or walk, then I'm fine. Oh, hell. We even walked the railroad tracks, which we did in Nacogdoches. And since I'm out of Facebook jail now, I'm going to go ahead and start up that Facebook page I made last year, or the year before, or whatever, and start adding pictures of us being on the road again to it. So if you have us on Facebook, be looking for that. Especially if you're not my friend on Facebook. If you're my friend on Facebook, you already seen the pictures I'm talking about. But if you aren't my friend on Facebook and you want to see those pictures, you might as well go ahead and try to get onto that Facebook page and see all the pictures, because believe me, pictures are worth 1,000 words, and there's a lot of history people don't get to see on the rail lines because of the fact that they're not documented, which is another reason why I like doing what I do, because I actually get to document this stuff, and it's a rarity for anybody to see it. So, anyways, I'm tired as hell. I'm going to bed. I love you guys. We're back. I'm happy. I'm tired, but I'm happy. I think Marmaduke's happy too. He's asleep, so. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Peace.